Well, good morning everyone, and welcome to our local river. It's just gone 6 o'clock. The sun's coming up behind us over there. Looks set to be a very hot day, so the chance of getting a bite is probably going to be within the next few hours. But yeah, got a little solid bag tied up. We done at the flat last night, and we're just going to underarm it out onto the spot and see if we can't catch one for the camera. But yeah, hopefully next time you see us, we'll have a lovely carp to show you from this lovely little bit of river. Oh, look at that, look. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but the spot's just alive, so yeah. Let's get this in and see what happens. Three fish there. Don't know if you can see those in the sun. Oh, all about the same size, maybe 10 to 15 pound. Look at that. That is just awesome. Don't know if you can see. Oh, look at that, right on top of the spot. Absolutely ripping it up down there. Look at that fizzing. Oh. There's a carp there. 2 hours this morning and we've got one in the net finally. It's probably 12, 14, 15 pound maybe. But it's just nice to catch in these little gin clear dikes. We showed you that fish bosh on the spot earlier this morning. It could have been this one, it could have been one of the others that was there. There's quite a few feeding in the end. But yeah, really pleased with this. I'm gonna put it back and try and catch another one. So we've just moved spots. Obviously catching that fish has spooked everything else that was there, and we've been baiting another spot. And we've seen fish here, but we haven't caught one from here yet. So yeah, we're going to give this a go. Literally fishing right off the end of the tip in the edge. Just a little solid bag of crumb boilie and a little white pop up inside, and hopefully we'll get one. And there we have it. Just landed a lovely river mirror. So we're going to get it out and we're going to attend to it, unhook it, and yeah, we'll show you it in the next clip. And that is just there we go. Just moved to the new spot that we've been baiting. Been here what, 10 minutes? And yeah, 25 pound mirror. Second fish out, and it's one of the old mirrors. Real chunk for this one. It's just mint. Just on a little solid bag dropped in the edge with a little white TMT pop up. It's just mint. Absolutely mint. Look at that. So it's been a couple of days since we caught the 25 mirror, and we've come back down to put a bit of pre-bait in, and it's just the mixture of sweet corn and toffee maple and tiger nut boilie. You know, nothing extravagant, but just enough bait to keep it. And yeah, we'll be back down in a couple of days to put some more bait in and hopefully have a fish. Well, what an awesome start to a Monday morning. We've got back down the river this morning, a couple of days after we came down to pre-bait, and we've got another one. I mean, literally, this PVA bag cannot even have melted. It'd been in there 2 or 3 minutes. This wasn't from the spot we'd actually baited. We baited another spot that we didn't put in the video a couple of days before we put the bait in that you saw in the last clip. And yeah, we've just come around to this spot and nicked this lovely little common, which is actually the same spot we caught the first common from. So what a treat. We're going to get this out and sort it out. Wow, we're back again. and another really quick bite. Listen, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. I don't even think the PVA bag melted, but yeah, another mid-double common from the same spot we caught the first common from. And yeah, it just shows what pre-baiting can do, really. You know, just sitting here waiting for food. The rod went out, and 5 minutes, and we've got one on the bank. So what we're going to do, we'll put this one back. We're going to shoot round to the other spot and try and get another one. Good morning. It's day 3 on the river. Just got back down here. We didn't actually have anything last week. We moved spots after the common that you saw in the video. Came to this spot here fishing just down here in the edge, and we ran out of time, didn't have anything, but yeah, regrouped, baited up before we left, got back down this morning, and it is looking proper. There's a few fish out here in the open water just swimming around in the weed, and yeah, it's looking really good. So I'm going to quickly drive around to the other spot and check, see what's going on there, because it could be feeding fish there. You know, these ones are just swimming around, so go and check the other spot, see what's cracking, and then wherever we find some fish, or where it looks good for a bite, is where we're going to fish. So we'll catch up with you in a bit. So I've just shot round to the other spot. It's absolutely barren around there. Can't see any sign of the carp, and there's actually a few of my boilies left laying in the top of the weed there. So we've just driven back round to the first spot, the spot where we caught the mirror from, and we're going to have a go here. So just in one show just out there as well, so it looks really good. But yeah, it's just a case literally putting the alarm in. Literally, what? I'm getting it out of the car, putting it in minute 30, minute 40. But what a buzz. I was on top of the roof of the car when I just got a bite, and yeah, absolutely mint common in the net. So it's a very hot one today, so I just got to get all the mats sorted out and get everything sorted out up there, and yeah, we'll get it out and show you it. But what a treat. Not as quick as the other fish I've had in the previous weeks. Probably took the best part of an hour and a half to get that bite, but yeah, what a treat, what a treat. That's the 4th fish from the river now. Just weighed it, 20 pound 8 ounce common, and yeah, absolutely over the moon. Doing a bit of carp wrestling right now, but hopefully you can see that alright on the camera. But what a treat, you know. This is our 3rd morning fishing, 4th fish, and it's just an absolute peach of a common. I've seen some better fish here as well, but yeah, it's just a case of wading through them really, getting the bites and putting them there. But what a mint fish. So we're into the evening now. I've actually been home, been to the dentist, packed up Carp Junky orders, and I just thought I'd come back down here really. I saw a couple of fish mooching about before I left, so I thought there could be a possibility of trying to get another one. Probably a little bit more greedy than anything else, but us anglers are anglers, that's what we do. We want to catch fish, so when the opportunities are there you have to take them. Fish feeding right over the rig. That's a bite. That's a bite. Oh, come on. Job done. Fishing in net. I've taken best part of 4 hours to get that bite, but I've had tench feeding over me and all sorts. But yeah, proper buzzed. Oh, but there we go, guys. It's now my fifth fish from the river, and I'm absolutely buzzing. It just couldn't have gone any better. It's probably the longest bite I've actually had to wait for. Probably best part of 4 hours. That. Sun's just going down, so the colours on the fish are going to look really good, but yeah, really chuffed. So I've just returned that fish, and I'm about to head off home, but before I do so, more bait. These fish just cannot get enough bait. I'm aiming on coming back down here and again at 6 o'clock in the morning, which will be Sunday the 28th of August. So yeah, I'm going to give them a fair bit of food tonight. I'm going to put 2 kilo in and see what happens. It might be too much, I don't know. But hopefully they'll be feeding fish here in the morning, and that's what we want. We want to be able to turn up and they're just looking for food. So that's it, the rod's in position, there's fish in the area, and there's 3.5 hours of fishing time, so we'll see what happens. I'm sure we're going to be due a blank sooner or later, but hopefully we'll get one. There's a fish coming now, feeding right over the top of the rig. Didn't like that. It's gone again. Another one in the net. So there you go. Fish number 6 from the river. Caught one last night, caught one this morning. I'm absolutely loving the bait. This is just, it's just some of the best fishing. It's so great. But yeah, this one's probably like 13, 14 pound. Gonna going to put it back, head round to the other spot. Drove around there this morning and put a little bit of bait in, so I'm going to go and have a look around there. If there's anything there, we'll have a go from. Got about an hour and a half to play with, so yeah, we'll go around there, have a try, and if nothing's doing, then it'll be off home for us. But yeah, what a treat. This is just absolutely fun fishing. So much enjoyment for me. So that's the end of my session, guys. I didn't have anything on the second spot. I'm just driving back out of the field now. Quickly check the other spot on the way back just to see if anything's going on there. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to be down for a few days now, so put quite a bit of bait in when I left, and hopefully they'll be on a munch while I'm not here. And when I come back, it's just a case of putting a bag in and seeing if we can pick up another one. But yeah, catch up with you next time, guys, and see you soon. Well, good morning, guys. It's Tuesday the 30th of August. I've just arrived down the river, and within 5 minutes there's a fish in the net. Actually came down last night, spent about an hour and a half down there, had 2 really good fish feeding over the spot, and reeled in at dark, and my rig had been tangled the whole time, so absolutely gutted. Had my first blank, and probably should have caught a fish as well, but come back down this morning. I put a fair bit of bait in again last night, and yeah, literally caught one within 5 minutes. So we'll get it out, weigh it, and then we're going to shoot round to the other spot and try and get one from there too. Another quick bite, guys. Literally put the rod in, set the net up, turn around, sat on the back of the car there for 2 secs, and the rod was away already. So it's you literally sat here all night last night, had them fish feeding over me, really good fish as well, and the bloody rig was tangled. So come back down this morning to try and get one, but one of the little small ones that's got there first is obviously very up for a munch. So we'll put this one back. Going to put a bit of bait in here, just like literally a handful or 2, shoot round to the other spot, try and get one from there, check this on the way back out, and if there's one feeding here, we'll have another go here again. So there was a few fish spooked when this one started just charging around down there, so there's definitely a few fish in the area, but yeah, put this one back and we'll catch up with you in a little bit. Well, guys, I've just driven around to the other baited spot, and it's not looking good. There's still bait there, there's no signs of any carp, and I just don't think I can get a bite there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another rig down on this spot. Hopefully they'll drift back in. You know, there was definitely a few fish spooked in down to my left when I caught that fish, or when I hooked it. So yeah, I've got about an hour and a half left. Going to try and nick one more, and then I'll be off home. But yeah, I can't see a better place to get a bite really. So just going to put the alarm back in. And it really is as simple as that. I'm fishing that bag 1.5 feet from the bank, literally right at the bottom of the slope, and it's just so precise, which is why I'm so gutted that I had a tangled rig last night, because I really felt I would have got one. But we're all good. So there's a fish feeding down over the top of the rig now. It's been about an hour since we caught the last fish. There's been a couple of fish move in and out, but nothing's really had a bit of a mooch. Oh, no, I didn't like that. He's just gone off to the left now. Bite! Got a bite! Boom, another one in the net. Well guys, I was just about to reel in and go home, and this lovely little common's coming on the spot. Picked up the bait, and it's the second fish of the morning, so couldn't have gone any better really. The big fish that were here last night, I haven't seen any sign of those, but these little wildy commons will make up for it while we wait. But it's time to go home now. I'm gonna put this one back, and we'll catch up with you next time we're down. Cheers. Well, good morning everyone. It's Monday the 12th of September, and we're back down the river. Now, it's been about 2 weeks since we last came down filming.
In that time I've done 2 sessions, blanked both times, but I've put an awful lot of bait in, probably the best part of 18 kilo of bait, split between Boilie and Particle. And I've just come back down here this morning. There's fish out here in the weed, and as I've just pulled up, there was a fish just come in on the spot down here. So I'm going to get a rod together, drop it in, and hopefully we'll be able to try and catch one. I've also just driven around to the other spot as well, and there's fish feeding around there, but they're not very big, so I'm going to go back for those later on, try and get one. But yeah, we'll see what happens now, and we'll catch up with you in a little bit. Done, another one in the net. Well, there you go guys, it's now the night fish out of the river, and I don't know if you could hear what I was saying when I was playing this in, but I had 2 fish feeding there. One was a definitely 20 pounder, and then there was this little one, and obviously this one's gone with it. So yeah, probably the smallest one I've had so far. I'd say it's maybe 10-12 pound, possibly. I'm not going to bother weighing it, but yeah, it's a proper treat really. So we'll put this one back. I'm going to go and check a couple of other little bits that I've been putting some bait in and see what's going on there. So I might head off home, not too sure yet, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we'll put this one back and I'll catch up with you in the next instalment of this lovely little river video that we've been doing. So we've just returned that fish guys, and before we head round to the other spot, I wanted to quickly talk to you about the rigs that we've been using to catch these river carp. Now, up until this point in the video, you'll have noticed that we haven't included any of this whatsoever, purely because we wanted to show you the fish that we've been catching and how we've been catching them. But now we've caught a few. It's just a quick run through of what we've actually been using. So here you have a lovely lead-free leader down to a lead clip, 4.5 ounce lead, white 15mm pop-up with a little boring that we screw it onto, size 5 hook, big and strong, like the atomic hooks, bit thicker gauge in the wire. A little shot there, I think that's a treble A, 5 inches of coated braid with a little section stripped back just there, and an anti-tangle sleeve at the end just to attach it to the quick change clip, and that is it really. We bundled that all into a little solid bag and put it down onto the spot, and it is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So yeah, we're going to head round to the other spot and try and winkle one more out before we have to go home. So we've just arrived at the next spot. Popped round here this morning and put a handful of bait in just before we went to the other spot where we've just caught from, and I come back round here now and there's fish here feeding. I don't know if you can see that in the camera or on the camera. Just there is where the rig is, and there's fish feeding over it right now. Got the rod net down there, and with a bit of luck we might get one more, but we'll have to see, and we'll have to wait a little bit. But oh, there's a couple of fish just over there, look. I don't know if you can see them just in between that wee bed there. So guys, it's been a bit of a disappointment really. I've just come back round to the other spot that we put a bit of bait in this morning. There was fish here feeding, put a rod out, had a bite. I was on the roof of the car, the fish has nutted out the water, and as it's done that, the hook's pulled. So before I even got down to pick the rod up, it had already done one. So yeah, that happens sometimes. But going to head off home now. Got to drive back past the other spot where we just caught the fish you've just seen before this. We're going to drive past there, have a check on that. There might have been 1 or 2 fish drift back in after we spooked the spot, but if there's anything there, we'll have a quick go. I did put 10 or 15 baits in before I drove around here, so that if they're still there, then I won't bother. But if they're gone, I've got to have a go really. There was a good fish there, and it looked like one I hadn't had, so it's a shame really, because these little ones, they're very up for it. So trying to pick out the bigger fish is quite hard. Maybe I'm going to have to roll some big bottom baits, or just something that they can't pick up. So we'll see how it goes. if nothing else happens, this is going to be it for episode 1. It's probably going to round this off to about 24-25 minutes of footage, and I don't want to make them too long. But yeah, the next time you see us, we might be at Tippins Lane at Reading, we might be back down here, we might be on another section of river. I don't know what the plan's going to be yet. I didn't expect it to go this well. I mean, we've literally been filming for 3 weeks, so to have caught this many fish in that amount of time has been fantastic, really. But thanks very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, or we hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, we'll see you soon.